Hi, today we're going to take this alien tree diagram, this dichotomous key tree diagram, and turn it into AB format. So the first thing you have to do is look at the two first characteristics you use. These are all aliens, and these come from these pictures here. Okay, these fictitious creatures, and we gave their numbers at the bottom. That's how we name them. So there are 7 of them. And so we put them into a tree diagram first. Now we're going to make the AB format. So the first characteristic is wheels and no wheels. So you go to your screen and your AB format. I already made a text box and wrote some things in to make it go faster. But we have wheels and we have no wheels. Okay, we're just going to attach these dots right here. The dots are just spacers. They just keep everything kind of together. I'm going to add a few more dots, which is just the period key. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this go to for now. I'll tell you why in a minute. And that's it. And now we're ready to go to 2A and 2B. So you see this go to here. So what you have to do is when you have more than one characteristic, you have to describe it or discuss it on another line of the key. So let's go back and take a look at wheels. Wheels has another characteristic, wings and no wings. So therefore we need another line. And so we're going to do that and then talk about wings and no wings and see where we go next. And just like in making the tree diagram, you only work with one group at a time. So we're going to work the wings group first and then the hair group first, and we'll work our way backwards and fill in all the extra spots. Okay? So we click on the key, we do wings, and we do no wings. Okay? We have those dots going. Just hold the period key down and hold the period key down. And next to wings, we have hair and no hair, which means we have another 2 characteristics to discuss. We need an A and a B, and so we're going to go to the next line. This time we're going to go to 3, just because it's the next line we have available. Don't worry about these other blanks. They're going to fill themselves in. We're sticking to the plan, working with one group at a time. You might be able to easily tell how to fill this in as you're going. It might be intuitive to you. But if you had a lot of organisms, it eventually would not become intuitive and would be very difficult. So it's good to be able to stick to the method of working with one group at a time. So we have hair and we have no hair. In the hair group, we have number 8, and then no hair, we have number 5. So we'll write number 8, number 5, and then we'll talk about where to go from there. You double click to get back into the text box. No hair was number 5. And now what you do is, just like we did before on the tree diagram, you work with the last group you were working with, and that's going to be the blank closest to the bottom. I realize there are 2 blanks here, but the one closest to the bottom is the last group you were working with as far as your tree goes. So we're going to go to the no wings group and see where we are. Okay, here's wings, there's no wings, and we're now going to fill in number 10. Okay, that's going to lead us up to our next blank, which is this no wheels. And when we take a look at no wheels, we're here, and we have flippers. No flippers, we're back to having a characteristic, so 2 characteristics. So we need a new line, and the next available line is number 4. Intuitively, you would have been probably inclined, sorry, we forgot to fill this one in a while ago, right? This wheels group was go to 2, because under wheels was wings and no wings. I just forgot to put the 2. Okay, we already worked with this group. But had I filled this in first and you wanted to go to the next line, you intuitively would have put go to 3 because I used go to 2 here. And that would have been wrong because you really need to go to 4 there. So that's another reason not to try to go ahead and work, and only work with one group at a time. Okay, so we are under no wheels and we're flippers, no flippers. Add your lines, your dots. Try to keep everything neat, nice and lined up. works better that way. It's easy to read. Flippers, we have teeth and no teeth. We're not worrying about the no flippers group, so we're going to go to 5. Teeth, no teeth. Okay. And teeth is number 7, and no teeth, we're going to go to 6 for feathers, no feathers. Okay, go to 6. And I'm running out of space here, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. See if I can do that. There we go. This way I'll have room here. All right, and on 6A and 6B, we're going to have feathers, no feathers. And feathers could be 3, and no feathers is going to be 6. Now, one thing that's interesting you should know is that you're always going to have one less line than the number of organisms you have. So like we had 7 organisms, and so you're only going to use 6 lines. And you're always going to use up an A and a B on every line. So that's really important when you're checking this. And now I look for blanks, and we still have the no flippers group. And no flippers, we're just going to fill in number 1. Okay, and the reason we save that again is to only work with one group at a time. So the other thing you can do to check this is to read backwards. So like number 6, let's read it. It has no, let's look at number 6. Number 6 is right here. It has no feathers, flippers, wings, no hair. Let's see how it works out. Number 6 has no feathers. That's true. That was line 6. So I finally go to 6. It has no teeth. That's true. That's line 5. Finally go to 5. It had flippers. That's true. That's line 4. Finally go to 4. And it had no wheels. And you would do that for every single organism all the way up. And if everything rang true, then it works. The other thing, just making it a little neater, the other thing is that you would never have a number 10 and a number 12, because that would mean that these 2 organisms have no wings and they both have wheels, and that would mean they're exactly alike, and they're not. They're different organisms. So it means you didn't divide it up properly in your tree probably before you made it into this, but that would be wrong as well. All right, I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned how to do Dichotomous keys. Bye.